Hey, how's it going? All right.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cut out to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
Guys, we see this a lot in the universe. You guys reuse molds, and you do that frequently. Are we going to see you guys? First of all, do you guys have the rights to the Toy Biz molds? Like, can you take any old Toy Biz molds and use it?
No.
No.
We do have what we have access to. We can use. Some of those are not around anymore. So some of those tools just don't exist.
Is it because a certain factory made that mold and you guys can't mess with that factory, or how does that work?
Sometimes, yes. Yeah, the Toy Biz...
so it's just like a company thing where it's like your company says, listen, this is the factory we're working with, you can't go back to that factory? Is that how it works?
Some things, it could be like a licensing, like we can't use their ring tools or wrestling tools, you know?
Okay.
That's a whole other deal, you know?
I'm just trying to get like everybody at home to kind of like understand the business a little bit more, understand, because we get upset about that because we're like, why don't you just use the bullseye mold? Why don't you just...
I think also that the misconception about tools is that you can kind of like pick up in the box and move around. Sometimes you need a crane to move this stuff. These aren't like little things that you can kind of just shuffle around so easy. And
sometimes the tooling gets purged. Sometimes things that just there's only a finite amount of space for the warehouse to store these things. A typical tool can be between this size for a figure up to this can be a tool for some things, and these things are steel, they're massive, they take up a lot of space. Sometimes that stuff sometimes it gets misplaced and shuffling from factory to factory.
Or they're not kept in good condition.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just really just breaks down. And
we get this all the time on some of our classic brands like G.I. Joe. Like for instance, we have the flag out here today. People are like, "You got the flag, do it." It doesn't exist anymore. It's in this instance, it's 25, 30 years old, and it's just not. Even to run it again, it's too rusted. Pieces are missing.
Right. It would never be able to go to our production run anyway.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's that's in that 25-ish year range.
You guys make me thinking about mad questions.
15-year range. I mean, it's getting to the point where some of those things just don't work anymore.
Are you guys gonna try to do something with Universe like you do with G.I. Joe, as far as like bringing out vehicles and play sets and stuff like that? I think Universe people would appreciate that and would love that.
With our movie lines, we introduce vehicles, and that's something that we're always looking at to bring forth into the line. The 33/40 scale lends itself to that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say that. Right.
So
Gunner's developed a few already.
Like I don't expect y'all to make a Blackbird for 6-inch. I don't see that happen anytime soon. But I could see that happening for Universe, man.
With 6-inch, even when there was vehicles in 6-inch figures, it was a little.
They sucked.
The scale was just off. It was too far off. Right. It just ruined the fantasy.
Right. Because I have the original Blackbird jet, and it works better with the Universe figures actually.
I mean, Wolverine in the cockpit.
Right. It's just him. Yeah. Right.
Legends vehicles were done best in the assortment that Toy Biz did when they replaced Build-A-Figure and they did vehicle riders. Thank you. Yeah, with the Ghost Rider and the bikes, sky cycles, air sleds, those type of things. Yeah, we can do those. When the opportunity arises, no problem. You start talking about Jeeps, cars, things. You're talking really expensive tooling, and
yeah, I could imagine that gets expensive. No question about that.
We want to add something that's going to take away from the figure. We want the figure to be the highlight.
Right.
So it's a balance.
What about being that you guys are Hasbro and you're that conglomerate? Can you guys like take G.I. Joe molds and use them in Universe? And can you like lend from other lines and do that? Is that possible?
We can, and we've done it like in the Invaders pack. But there has to be a lot of planning, a lot of heads involved. We just can't. Because they may be used for something else.
Gotcha.
And then there is capacity issues that all play.
Yeah, lots of different factories. These things are spread apart, and to move a tool or to move a figure, if it's produced, There's lots of extra expenses. So to do that, sometimes you'd have to sacrifice. You could do it, but you'd have to sacrifice 20 ops on the figures, and then is it compelling anymore? There's lots of, but yeah, it is possible. Like you said, we've done it, and we'll continue to do it. But then you have to get into rooms with other team members and sit down. And
I can understand that, the corporate side. I understand that. Go ahead, ask your question, Russ.
Do you guys have plans on, speaking of tools, for developing the Vivid or the Marvel Legends?
talking about? Yeah. The ankle rockers?
Yeah, you guys call them ankle rockers? That's the real name? The ankle rockers?
No, it's just, that's what we call it.
Do you guys take the names of like these joints from us, or do you guys have your own? Because we have our own lingo and our own language for all the joints and stuff like that. Like you looked at that review on MTV Geek when they reviewed the Thor, and they were like naming the joints. Was it kind of like foreign to you, like how they named the joints?
Sometimes we use like the technical aspect, like we don't call elbows. Like this is.
Well, we don't even really say that like that. That's kind of like insulting it. Yeah, that's like a derogatory term though.
But it's sometimes we use the technical term, but sometimes there's just a legal, not just amongst you guys, but just.
We have our own.
Yeah. You know, so.
Are you working on the ankle pivot though? Is that going to be developed? Because I know it's not going to be in the next line because I don't see it there.
It's in Thanx.
It's in Thanx?
It's just hidden really, really well.
Oh.
But it's there.
So in one episode.
Wow, you're lucky about the fame. Did you catch that? He a little bit and his eyes got.
No, that's good. That's what we want though. We need more ankle pivots on almost all the characters. Really, we want to see that. Especially the Iron Man characters work, definitely.
The Thanx has our new ankle rocker. One of the figures we're going to reveal on, at least one of all new figures we're revealing on Saturday has them as well. When we're creating figures all from scratch, yes, that is the plan. There might be a figure where the aesthetic doesn't allow it to happen, but for the most part, on all of our new base bodies that we want to develop, we have a new base body that'll be able to be used coming out. You asked for more base, or someone asked for new base bodies earlier today. Lots and lots of base bodies. We have a new, more standardized size body that we'll have that has them included, so that everything we would do on that body for the next 5 years, we'll have them. We took you guys. A lot of you really liked the black Spider-Man body we did, but it was missing
definitely.
the rockers.
That's the only thing wrong with that figure, man. That's like one of my favorite figures to pose, man.
I'm not going to tell you who they're going on, but we are developing a new figure with that base body, and we're adding new ankle rockers to that body as well.
You see, like Dwight said about developing the new bodies and everything. This is our security right here.
Everything's under control, brother. It's okay.
He's playing for the Patriots. He's playing for the Patriots. But like the
security match off.
What Dwight mentioned about establishing a new body, that's when we have to really select what characters go on, and again, that goes into the whole character selection. How can we use this new body that we develop to its fullest potential? You know, so that's another reason why choosing the characters, we just can't just go and just add these guys in. Like we have to be smart about how we select these characters.
We actually sculpted some new ones for Legends that we got them done. We thought they were very gorgeous, and we canceled them, not because of anything other but then us. We canceled them because we're like, it's gorgeous, we love it, but if we tool that, it only has the one use, and the expense of it for just a one and out for a more obscure character, it just didn't make sense. So we just pulled it out of the line and just set it on the side, and hopefully maybe someday we can get back to it. But right now it's like in the Thanx, all of his secondaries are removable. Okay. His cuffs come off, his harness all comes off. So we have now we'll have a new not Hulk scale, Hulk height, but not Hulk build. Yes, yeah. For Thanos, big a Drax, a Blastar, characters like that could now be built off of a body like that.
I'm glad you guys kept reworking the Constrictor though, man.
You guys think, like when you say you guys should make this character off that body, we're there. We hear your thoughts. We hear what you're saying.
And I'm sure you guys are watching behind the scenes. Y'all know what we want. I mean, like you said, you watch the reviews, you watch people's stuff, so you hear us talking shit all the time, I'm sure. So you guys know.
I heard all your venom and hate on the Thor exclusive, especially. What's going on, Hasbro? Where's the PR? Why aren't you showing it? What's going on? Is it happening? Is it not happening? They showed it. Somebody showed it. Did you take a picture? What do you mean nobody took a picture? How can you not take a picture?
That's why I said on your Facebook, Dave, I was like, enough said when you said the sky's not falling. I think you were referring to that. I'm like, all right. I I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
My Marvel Select Modern Thor and my Marvel Legends Series 3 Thor with me, so I can compare it in the video. And I actually really like the figure.
Good.
Very well, very well. It's a very cool figure.
That one would have had rockers, but that sculpt was actually done about 2 years ago.
Now, is that the same? Now, how is it connected to the Marvel? Because it is so close to the Marvel Select Modern Thor. Like, totally different.
Yeah.
But
different sculpting houses did it.
I forgot who said it. Somebody said something. It's like almost like somebody traced a drawing. You know what I mean? Or not traced,
but had them side by side. Yeah, that's what I said.
Like a side by side copy of the drawing almost. Because the height is almost exactly the same on those. But I know it's a new sculpt because his shoulders are broader. And like the paint and everything, like where the discs are and stuff, and the knees.
I mean, the Legends one has way more articulation than
Yeah.
you know.
Way more. I would hold off on. Way more. It has double jointed knees. And
it's got two rotations though in the arm though. That's good.
It has 4 more points of articulation.
It has an elbow.
Yeah. So does the Select. Select has elbows.
Yeah, but it don't have biceps.
So they both have that, but it has 2 more.
Big figures typically have that elbow.
If you cut the figure, but if you cut the figure down the middle, it has 2 more points of articulation. Just 2. Bicep swivel and an extra knee.
And torso, right?
Yeah.
No, the torso joint. He has a waist joint.
That's
but
what it is.
Select has a waist
hidden,
joint.
right? It's hidden, isn't it?
On the waist joint.
It's like a dome or something that's coming up. No, you do think about the demand of certain characters because they're a little hard to find now. You know, so I mean that's part of one of the things we do to build up the weight. You think about what's in demand, what could be new, what could be the anchor, you know, what could be the wild character. So we're trying to, it's like you're trying to assemble a dream team in each and every wave. And it's much more difficult than just selecting characters.
I'm glad you said that word, dream team, because I see in Universe y'all making a lot of teams, man, a lot of ill teams, a lot of recent teams in comics. Like, are we going to see that in Legends? Are we going to be able to build some teams? And
I would love that. It's a little bit more difficult in Legends. In the Universe line, where it's it has a broader acceptance right now. Not just do we produce the Universe in mainline, but it's got a good following in exclusives. So there's a lot more ability to do more items in Universe than there is Legends. Now, if Legends gets hot again, if Wave 1 blows off the shelves, if Wave 2 does the same, and our accounts come to us saying, hey, this stuff is flying over here, I want more, then the chance of pumping out 2 packs, 3 packs again of those type of team things could very well be a possibility. Right now it's just it's unproven. It's gonna we'll see what kind of steam it gets and how long it lasts, and if it's a big enough hit, those things are definitely in the realm of possibilities.
So does that mean we're gonna get distribution for Legends at Toys R Us at all the retailers, or is it gonna be like a lot of exclusive stuff going on, or
the Wave 1 is slated to hit all of the major retailers.
All the major retailers.
The big 3 as well as all the mom and pop. They all should have access to that.
And the people out in the UK want to know this. I got like 20 messages already about this. Are they going to get Legends out in the UK? Is it going to hit everywhere? Are they going to have to go to eBay to get Legends, or what? They're going to, because
Mike, do you know the answer to that?
I don't. Right now it's to be determined. I think I know US is definite, but don't know about the UK at the moment.
All right, so y'all heard it.
Hey, yo. I'm up early, hit the park, hit the bar. I feel good, I could probably lift a car. Back to the crib, some oatmeal, some grits, something that stick to the rib. Shit, shave, babe. Nowadays, try to spend less, I try to save, but I hustle. So you gon' find me where that money at. Spitting bars is here, harder than they ever have. Just talking about life and its lessons. I did a lot of dirt, so I do count my blessings. I love sake, eat sushi before my day sessions. Fresh salad greens with no salad dressing. A Fiji or a Pellegrino. I'm a gangster like Nicky in Casino. Except I'ma survive. They beat them with the bats and they buried them alive. I was high on a 6-month pimp stupor. Then I came back like King Cooper. 10 castles, different bitch in each one. I was taught it was each one teach one, but my man crazy, I can't even reach
package. A huge one. Say package. So I'm just opening this up a little bit so you guys can see. This was my first SDCC package that I sent to myself. and this had my Sentinel and my Thor inside of it. So I made sure that they packaged everybody's stuff who I mailed stuff out to from San Diego the exact same way that they packaged mine, to make sure that the box and everything was protected. So just showing you guys to, you know, I made it absolutely clear to the lady at UPS that I needed the box to be protected as well too, and no dents or anything in the box. So it looks like they did what I told them to. So they put bubble wrap around it and then still another protective layer of plastic around it too. The box is still in excellent condition. And then just so you can see, I packed the hammer in there with the Sentinel. Had to bend this part just a tad bit, but it didn't damage anything in any way. It's all good. This part is just bent just a tad bit, but it could just be bent back if you place it back in the opposite way. It'll be fine. And just leave it for a little while. It'll be fine. So, there you have it. Sentinel and my Thor. Alright, so what you just saw was some more footage from San Diego Comic Con 2011. It was a little impromptu interview I got from Dave Varner and from Dwight Stahl. If you have no idea who those guys are, Dwight Stahl is the white guy, Dave Varner is the black guy. Dave Varner is one of the original people that was working on Toy Biz Marvel Legends, and he is the person who was pretty much doing, I guess, like 90% of the Marvel Universe figures that are coming out right now. He's a big dog at Hasbro, as is Dwight Stahl. So if you have no clue who those guys are, those are the guys who are making Marvel Legends and Marvel Universe figures right now. So pretty much every year we get to chop it up with them, but this was the first year I actually got to talk with them and ask them serious questions and get it on camera. So I was really happy about that. Those guys are so cool. They're always down to earth. They always, you know, willing to answer all our questions. And I mean, we bombard them. I mean, that was about maybe 20 minutes of footage right there, but you know, we were there for hours each day talking with them and asking them questions. So, you know, I was able to get some decent footage and some answers to some of the questions that you guys have been asking. So, I mean, some of the key points were that as far as Marvel Universe is concerned, you guys will probably be getting vehicles and play sets and different things like that. The other thing about Universe is, like I mentioned, Dave Varner is heading up the Universe production and those scopes and stuff like that. But like I mentioned, he came from Marvel Legends. This War Machine right here is one of his signature pieces, and if you have this figure and you look under the helmet, you'll see that it's Dave Varner's face under there. Now I know all my OG Marvel Legends dudes know that, but I'm just trying to school some of the new cats to the game and let them understand where Marvel Universe is going right now. So the other key things were that Dwight talked about the ankle pivots. They called them ankle rockers, but you know, they said that after this first wave, pretty much all the characters will be having that ankle pivot. What you guys didn't see was, well, what he did talk about also was that he was talking about one character. He didn't name the character that was gonna that they had tried it out on first, and I'm pretty sure that that's gonna be the big time Spidey that they had mentioned at the panel. Because I remember he and I discussing that off camera. So, but he said that pretty much all the characters moving forward will have ankle pivots. Even Thanx in the second wave had the ankle pivot. You saw yesterday in that footage that you know, Shartimus posed him, and you could see how he posed him, that it was definitely an ankle pivot on there. I mean, I got to mess with him too, so I know for sure. The other thing that was said about Thanx, I don't know if you guys caught it, was that a lot of his secondaries will be removable. So like his harness and the knee braces and stuff like that will be removable. And the reason that they developed that bigger body is so they could start doing other bigger characters like Drax and Thanos and stuff like that. So you heard him mention that. So that's pretty much is almost a definite indication that that's what they're going to start doing, is producing some of those other larger characters that we've been waiting for too. Obviously going in the right direction as far as the size of the characters. Dwight mentioned it, that he wants the characters to be pretty much the right size that they are in the comics, and for them to be comparable to each other in size and stuff like that. So we see here that they got it right with the Thor, and you know, I'm pretty excited about the prospects for some of the larger characters. Now the other thing that you will see a little bit of tomorrow, but I didn't really catch all of it, and talking about the bigger molds for characters, is that Hasbro is developing a lot of new molds, man, a lot of new molds that have super articulation too. So I didn't get a picture of Thunderball from the Wrecking Crew when they showed him, but that was a totally new mold, and it had all the articulation, and basically they confirmed in this video and, you know, on the sidelines that they're going with new molds and going with, you know, going back to the original super articulation that we used to from Marvel Legends, man. So a lot of really key things. You guys should go back and watch it and try to listen closely. There might have been a couple of things that I even missed in talking about it right now, but it's looking really good for the future of Marvel Legends, no doubt. Okay, and the last two things I want to talk about is the little exchange that me and Dave Honor had when we was talking about when he had put up a message on Facebook. Now, if you remember, a couple of days before the con, Marvelous News had reported that Hasbro didn't have out any information about the Legends or about the Thor, and that it looked like the Thor was going to be canceled. And then that very next day, we found out that it wasn't canceled, and that G4 TV would have the exclusive on it, and that it still would be an exclusive at the con. And that day on Facebook, Dave Honor had wrote, "See, the sky isn't falling," and a couple of us had responded. And it was funny because me and JRA had responded, and we both responded in a very Junior-esque way with just like one word or two words, basically. So that was pretty funny. I forget what Junior wrote, but I wrote "Nuff said." I mean, we just both knew exactly what he was referring to. He didn't even have to say anything else, so that was pretty funny. And then the last thing was that we didn't really get a solid answer on distribution to the United Kingdom, so I know my guys out in the UK is not really happy about that. They didn't say no, but they didn't really have an answer. But one thing that you guys need to know, I think I have some footage on this for tomorrow, is that it was basically just confirmed that in order for Legends, for us to get what we want in Legends, we got to buy. I mean, we know that from the beginning, but we got to come out and in full swing this go around and really support the line. But at the same time, they got to put the stuff out. They got to have their distribution together, and it's got to get out to every place for us to really support it and buy it. But I got some more footage, man. I got a couple of other treats, and I think I'll be putting out 3.5 on the community channel following this video, so look out for that. Oh, real quick, I forgot one more duo here. And I just wanted to thank Dave and thank Dwight for letting us do that, and for being so cool, and just for, you know, just being down to earth and really being in touch with the community, man. You know, it's not too often that we really get to thank them and really get to, you know, just say thanks, man. So I just want to say thanks to Dave and to Dwight for that. And y'all stay tuned for part 3.5 on the ACBA community channel today, and then 4 tomorrow. Alright, y'all. Give you a couple of shots. I really would have paired up the Extremis armor with the Initiative War Machine, but he's not out yet, so we gotta wait for that one. Alright, y'all. Peace.